Challenges, the brand new Zendaya film, which is part of some unofficial trilogy, if you really think about it, because like Kristen Dunst has done a tennis movie, Emma Stone has done a tennis movie, and now Zendaya has done a tennis movie. It does feel like it's part of some like trilogy going on, which is if you play Spider-Man's girlfriend, you must do a tennis movie. It does feel like that. And I saw this trailer for Challenges, like I think Anyone But You when I saw that film in theaters. Well, it was Anyone But You, and they played this trailer. I'm like, this looks interesting. I'm liking this. This is a interesting premise and story. It has nothing to do with the fucking freezer whatsoever. Many people say sex sells. Sex sells doesn't sell to me. I'm like, just give me a good premise, good story, good characters. Even when I was in high school, I couldn't give two shits about who you're gonna see this person naked. I'm like, oh no, fuck off. No, I don't care. Just give me a good stories and good characters. Um. So, anyway, so I was like, this is a story that looks intriguing about tennis, and is but Zendaya's character looks so she's like this, strategic, and she's wrapping her finger around these two guys, Patrick and Art, who are main two male characters, and Tashi is Zendaya's character. Um, and I was like intrigued by it, so I watched the film. I just saw the film, and I have to say, this movie is the thing is about this film is while watching it, you're like, this is a pretty well done film. This is like, I like the acting, the cinematography is quite simple. I really enjoy this and the flashbacks and the relationships and the intrigue and all the drama that comes around with it. I like that, even though I couldn't help but laugh at like old still Hollywood. I couldn't help but laugh because we get like flashbacks. We get like to see these characters, what they were as teenagers and what they were in their 20s, and why what made Patrick and Art separate. It all came around to they like the same girl, and Patrick found out that, oh, you don't want to be my partner, you don't want to be my girlfriend, you want me to be your laugh rat, you know, you want to be you kind of just want to be a coach, you don't actually want to be a partner, um, and because of it, and Art's like, no, she's wonderful, she's a wonderful human being. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And couldn't really see it. But the funny thing is, knowing these actors are in their 30s or clock like today is like 27, because I was like curious her age because she's playing a high school student and she's playing a person in her 20s, and then she's playing someone in modern time, playing someone in like her 30s, like late mid 30s, like has a kid, and her character has a kid and marriage and all kind of stuff. So I was like, couldn't help but laugh that we're doing the old classic Hollywood thing of, oh, how we'll show someone age. We'll give them a haircut. Well, Zendaya's going to have long hair in the flashbacks, but in modern times she's going to have short hair. That shows age and different clothes, and like, oh, one character has a beard in modern time. Let's not give them a beard. Ones have curly hair. We'll give them short hair in present time. I couldn't help but laugh at that because I'm thinking, yeah, I don't like. I noticed like my neck's getting a bit fatter because of aging. They kind of all look the same, just with different hairstyles. Just put it out there to make them look older. Anyway, but we see but they do a lot of setup, exploring the relationship between these three characters and what puts them apart, what their relationships are like, what is Patrick and Ark's relationship with Tashi, and their kind of dynamic between her. But the thing is, by the end of the movie, you realize this movie has it goes nowhere. When the credits roll, I go and stop and say, What have the characters learned? What is the counter aggression? What is the counter revolution? What if, like, the only counter regulation is, oh, the boys are made, they're made up, they're besties again. But for Tashi, like, you knowing, both they know that she's wrapping around their finger, knowing that she's want to be a coach, not a partner or a friend. She just want to be a coach. That you occasionally swirl around. That's what she wants to be, and you just can't help but be like, well, what's her consequences? A simple one character says "fuck off," when he figures it out. Like, I mean, like, there's no consequences of her actions. There's no counter-questions. She's still the same fucking character. Like, it's nothing. Like, this is a movie that acquires, like, assholes or people who are not slightly good people learning from their mistakes and maybe become less what they were at the beginning of the movie. That's the concept. That's the concept of it. And realizing that, oh, the only thing is she's, like, cheering for the both of them? Is that the only thing? Like, maybe she loves both of them? That's the thing? Like, it's a three-way relationship without knowing it's a three-way relationship? Like, I don't understand. And to the point you realize all the like, there's a scene where Art says to Tashi, say, hey, I'm thinking of quitting. I'm thinking of retiring. After this game. Yeah, if I win or lose, whatever. Are you okay with that? And it it contradicts itself. And when she says, I'm going to leave you if you lose, I'm like, are you saying that honestly, or are you saying that just that's what you think he wants to hear? Like, this is a conflicted movie that's trying to be conflicted without having anything there to be conflicted, and don't know what it's not giving the audience a clear motivation of not caring, but giving a sense of purpose to those scenes, because you don't know where those scenes are leading to, and then you realize, oh, credits roll, and it doesn't really lead to anything. Now, the tennis scenes, like, it's a tennis game, it's a tennis movie, it's a sports movie, you want to see, the actual sport, right? I mean, here's the thing. The one that really stood out to me was the final one. Because it was half good, half okay, director. Stop wanking. Stop pleasuring yourself behind the camera. Like, the one thing, like, it's weird because I'm a film student, and you're thinking anything that a director does and artistic vision is going to be the thing I drew over. No, I don't, because I know there's a fucking business side of it. This, like, half of the final tennis match is mostly slow motion. It is more slow motion than a Zack Snyder film. It is like, slowly pick out the racket and hit the ball. Or the close up, the ECU, it's been close up, the ECU close up of the face of the player, and they're sweating off. You see the sweat coming off, and they're dripping off their nose, off their face, and it's all that. And it happens in 3 minutes, and it happens like every 10 seconds. And I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over those shots. I don't need hey, the POV stuff, that's cool. That is fancy. You can be artistic over it. But when it's like, why are we going slow-mo for the sake of it? And when we POV, there's two types of POV shots in this, where we are just seeing the POV of the players and what they see while they're moving around the court. And then you get another one that is actually a POV of the ball. So you just see the ball getting hit back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Seeing it getting hit by the whack and all that. I'm like, okay, that's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. But the slow-mo the fuck out of it, because I just don't, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Just film the fucking tennis match like any other like tennis movie. Can you do that? You know, why is it mids? Let's just do that. I get it's tennis. It's not the most cinematic sport in the world, but you know, do it. Just do it simply. You know, close ups, mids, wides. Hell, live TV does nothing but wides when you play a tennis game. When you watch a tennis game. But yeah, I was looking for this film. I heard good things about the film, but there kept being these issues, and I realized the movie doesn't really do anything, and nothing really hits any sort of goal. Like, what is the goal of Chassie at Tassie at the end of the movie? She doesn't have a goal. She doesn't have any motivation. It doesn't feel there's any sort of accomplishment after the entire movie itself. So, sadly, kind of disappointed with this film.